Okay. I will be the first to say it. This rocks. Hello, my little chickadees. Welcome back to my channel. My name is nisipisa, and this is my series, Window Shopping. Due to the fact that it is the middle of October and we are fast approaching one of my personal favorite holidays, Halloween, I thought now would be a great time to revive one of my personal favorite episodes of window shopping from the past couple of years, window shopping Halloween costumes. So come along with me. Why don't you?
There's no possible way I could do this without diving into Titan of fast fashion, Fashion Nova,
which has, admittedly, one of the best organized Halloween costume sections I've personally seen. I mean, like, this is kind of astounding. There's a section for just movies, and we can see clearly we've got Wicked promotion here with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. We have a Beyonce Cowboy Carter themed costume with the incorrect Beyonce album on the sash. And listen, I just want to get something out of the way really early. I'm not one to body shame, and I'm also not one to surgery shame. I myself have had some elective surgery in my life. I had a breast reduction. I would never get on a video and make fun of someone's plastic surgery. I will say, though, that this is maybe one of the most lifted, we'll say, of the Brazilian butt lifts I have ever seen. This curve right here, mathematically, astounds me. We have a horror themed, which I'm definitely going to take a look at. I've seen a lot of plus size influencers wear this costume specifically, and I don't know why, because it's so stupid looking. We'll get into it. Animals, couples, that's pretty endearing. Sexy occupations, pop culture, heroes, and this is amazing. This is really amazing. I feel horror is calling to me. We're gonna start here. Beginning with this nun costume. Hot Holy Nun two-piece costume set. Wait, which two pieces? What does it come with? Includes boned garter dress, cross-accent detail, nun habit. Okay. 91% polyester, 9% elastane. Do not actually wear this to a church, because if you wander too close to any of those candles, you are going up in flame. And pain notwithstanding, those just aren't great optics. You know, for $34.99, that's actually kind of a solid deal. The idea of a sexy nun costume has always sort of confounded me, lapsed Catholic that I am. I'm not actually Catholic. I just grew up in a very Irish Catholic neighborhood, and so I consider myself Catholic via osmosis. But if you ask me, the sex appeal of a nun. This is a great conversation to start the video with. The sex appeal of a nun, or perhaps the sex appeal of a priest, in addition to that, similar boat, is the restraint of it. You have this person whose whole occupation is completely divorced from sex and from sensuality. I mean, that's like the whole driving force behind like the hot priest archetype, right? I'm talking hot priest from Fleabag. I'm talking Ewan McGregor in Angels and Demons. I'm talking David Tennant in whatever show that is. I can't let myself watch it because I know I will act a fool. I feel as though if I watch the David Tennant hot priest show, I will snap, not unlike a chimpanzee, and break my laptop in two from lust alone. I think it's on Netflix, I believe. Inside Man, perhaps it's called. Every time I see it, I scroll past it as quickly as possible. I cannot let the worm in my brain that was awoken the first time I watched a 10th Doctor episode of Doctor Who back in 2012. I cannot let her see it. But isn't that what makes a nun hot? Is that she's like completely covered and also would like slap you with a ruler if you made a pass at her? This is just like a hot girl in a revealing outfit. It's just like a black and white hot outfit. It doesn't really give none, even if you stand like this, which I appreciate the enthusiasm from this model. I wonder if she just did that of her own volition. I love to see it. All right, next costume. Oh, hell yeah. I love a costume that's advertised with an influencer photo. This is the whole look right here, is the makeup. Without it, it's kind of just various rags. Let's play a game 5-piece set. This is a ludicrous amount of pictures. This must be very popular. Oh, sorry. It's Let's Play Game. Right, because Let's Play a Game is like the actual line from the Saw movies, which they wouldn't be able to use in the branding for this costume. Hi, I'm editing. Number one, the line is, I would like to play a game, not let's play a game. Number two, don't worry, I do momentarily realize that this is a Pennywise the Clown costume and not a Billy the Puppet from Saw costume. 2 L's back to back. I'm so sorry. Back to the video. The related costume is Georgie from It. Oh, this is supposed to be Pennywise. This isn't Billy from Saw. Does Pennywise say, let's play a game in It? I thought he was more just sort of like a taunting you with your own fears type beat situation. Okay, so yes, this is supposed to be Pennywise the Clown, specifically from the new It movies with Bill Skarsgård, not the Tim Curry version from 1990, the miniseries. Okay, in that case, this costume blows. This is terrible. That's Tabria Majors! Oh my gosh, I love her. She's so beautiful. This costume sucks dick. Sorry. First of all, we couldn't have gotten my girl Tabria an aligned pom-pom. First of all, I don't like that the costume is stark white. I get that if you're a hot girl buying a sexy Halloween costume, you probably don't want your costume to look like you're, you know, an undead demonic entity. This little choker is our only inkling of this really ornate Victorian ruffled collar he has on. Ridiculous. There's not even real glove. Like, the tears are... The pursuit of sexiness has completely divorced this costume from its original context. It just looks stupid. I feel like I could put together a sexy clown costume from, like, stuff that I already own. Like, why would I spend $36 purchasing what boils down to essentially a goofy tank top and then have to do clown makeup on my own face on top of that? This is terrible. This is a terrible costume and I hate it. Guys, I'm like really embarrassed now that for a split second, just based off of the title of this costume, I thought it was supposed to be Billy the Puppet from Saw. The makeup is very obviously Pennywise. I feel like an idiot. Let's move on. I'm embarrassed. Perfect Devil rhinestone wing horn two. This is cute. I like this little dress. It's kind of quintessentially sexy Halloween costume, which is that the only thing that makes it a Halloween costume is these little tiny accessories. It's very much like Mean Girls, a sort of the example of the explanation of sexy costumes that people tie to. It feels so millennial of me to compare something to Mean Girls. I don't even like Mean Girls. I was only 10 years old when it came out, and I didn't get it, and I didn't get all the innuendos in it, and I didn't understand teenagers because I was 10. And I feel, as a millennial, like it's been foisted on me as this nexus of nostalgia that I just don't feel anything for. You know what my nostalgic teen girl movie was? Just to sidetrack for a second, what exactly do you bitches know about Sugar and Spice from 2001? This movie has everything. James Marsden, cheerleaders, friendship between girls, larceny, Mina Suvari. What more could you possibly ask for from a film? If you've never seen Sugar and Spice, watch it. It doesn't really have like any hard edges to it. Even if it's about like vaguely serious subject matter, it maintains this like cute 2001 indie film cartoonishness. I saw it when I was like 9 years old and it stuck with me forever. I feel like it never really got its flowers because it came out at kind of an awkward time, because Clueless, which is another quintessential teen girl movie that I also love a lot and I also have on DVD. This came out in 1995. Mean Girls, as we know, came out in 2004. And right between those two movies, we got Sugar and Spice. And nobody watched it except me and my friends. Anyway, this costume is exactly what the sexy costume seen in Mean Girls is talking about. It's literally just a hot dress with little baby accessories. This is really ridiculous. This is the aforementioned Chucky costume. I love the sexy pose here with like the phone in front of, like, you know, the thighs. Like, it's very Instagram. Girl, you are literally dressed up as a murderous doll possessed by the spirit of a dead serial killer. The girls like really give it their all. I mean, Jesus Christ. Listen, I said I wasn't gonna body shame anybody, and I'm not. I'm someone who's fairly well endowed, breastily speaking. It gets to a point it gets to a point where it's like, hey, maybe let's size up. Or maybe let's pick a different costume. Like, come on. This, like, doesn't even make sense. Why is Chucky, of all things, fodder for, like, the horniest costume I've seen so far? And I've seen this costume on social media for years. It is inexplicably popular among influencers. And I don't know why. I don't know why. She's not even wearing it right. She has the little t-shirt over the overalls. That's not correct. This is absurd. We looked at this and we were like, if we put this same outfit on a hot girl, it's gonna do numbers. And it does. Which is especially crazy because if you go a couple movies later in the franchise, you get Tiffany from Child's Play, who's a baddie. As a human and a doll. As a human, she's Jennifer Tilly. Baddie. 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 And then as a doll, she's like, her painted. The mug is unbeatable. My God. I know that she does exist as a costume. Girls dress up as her all the time. But the fact that this is still so ubiquitous as a sexy Halloween costume, it's absolutely inexplicable to me. Wait, what? The Killer? What is this even supposed to be? It's a blue jumpsuit with, like, Velcro straps, I guess to mimic, like, gun holster type things. What is the lore of this costume? Vibe killer inspired costume? What? If you understand what this means, I would love to know. I'm completely lost, and I'm upset at myself for being lost, and I'm moving on. Oh my God! Yes! Sorry, that was loud. This is Billy the Puppet from the Saw franchise. This must not be popular among influencers, or it must be new, because we only have model photos and we don't have any baddies laying on their floor in the full Billy the Clown makeup. Commit to it. That's all I'm asking, is a little bit of commitment. Tuxedo bodysuit and bow tie. Man, you're really counting the bow tie as the second of the two pieces in this costume? This looks terrible. This just looks ridiculous. And this is one of those costumes where the makeup is the costume. If I covered up his face, this is just a suit. It's nothing. I would argue that if you're going to dress up as Billy the Puppet from Saw for Halloween, not only do you need to do the makeup with the little spirals on your cheeks and the puppet lines on the mouth, you gotta ride your ass around from bar to bar on a tricycle. If you want people to know who you are. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, well, we'll bookmark that for later. Boo. Bad. Bad costume. Weird thing to sex up, also. Just cause, like... Why? Why him? I want to see a sexy Tobin Bell as Jigsaw costume, where you're just walking around with old age makeup on in a hooded sweatshirt and no pants. Oh, awesome. This is awesome. I'm, like, not even joking. This looks cool. This looks cool. Clowning around 4-piece costume set. This is really cute. I would say that this costume probably is worth the money because you're not finding anything like this in your average thrift store. Clown makeup with this would look really cute. This looks pretty comfortable also. If I were gonna buy a ready-made Halloween costume, out of the ones we've seen so far, I'd pick this one. I love clowns. Well, okay, that's an exaggeration. I find clowns kind of charming. I am a fan of this one. I don't have anything mean to say. Anyway, moving on. Let's find something to be an asshole about. This is just nothing. Black Widow 3-piece. This is stupid. I'm not gonna look up a picture of a Black Widow spider because I won't be able to do that. And also, I know I've got some arachnophobes in the audience, so I'm not gonna torment us. But, like, you've probably seen a Black Widow spider before. They're black spiders that have a little red patch on them, right? That's sort of shaped like this. Industrious little ladies they are. So this is just a black gown with... I'm sorry, hold on. Am I seeing this correctly? Is it like Velcroed onto the dress? Look at that. You can see the edges floating up a little bit. Girl, this is stupid. If you want to dress up as a Black Widow spider, you gotta make legs. I wonder if they have like a spider costume that actually has some effort put into it. Sorry. I'm sorry. The dog. I like saw the dog costume and I saw all those eyes and the legs. Oh God. I'm so scared of spiders. I'm such an idiot. How the fuck did that scare me? That's so humiliating. I'm sorry, little dog. You know what? Real I'm like not joking. If I was like out and about on Halloween and I'd had a couple I almost said hot dogs. What the what? If I had a couple cocktails? Guys, I don't know where hot dogs came from. I think I'm just hungry. It's lunchtime. If I had a couple cocktails and I'm out and about on Halloween and somebody's poor little dog scurries up to me in this costume, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kicking that dog. I'm sorry to say. I'm entering fight or flight mode and I'm a warrior. I'm gonna fight. I'm rearing my leg back and I'm punting your puggle. No, I'm scared. I'm scared to scroll down. Okay. It looks like the answer is no. I will say, this is kind of cute. I like this one. This is very vintage Halloween. I would have worn like a kid's version of something like this when I was younger. Dude, I would say if you want to be a Black Widow, wear this one. At least this one's like Halloween-y. The other one is literally just a dress. Oh, we got some heavy horror hitters to look at. Yes, sir. Dreamy Killer 2-piece costume set. No bonus points for figuring out who this is a costume of. Obviously, it is Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Similarly to the Billy the Puppet situation, if you're going to dress up as Freddy Krueger for Halloween, the costume itself rests on 3 key details: the red and green sweater, the burnt face, and the knife glove. The hat, you can take or leave it, right? Little bit hat, little bit not hat, mostly those other 3 things, in my opinion. This is not really doing it for me. Without any of the other key details of the costume, it's just Christmassy. If you want to be Freddy Krueger but sexy, you could get like an oversized version of this sweater, wear it as a dress, wear fishnets and heels with it, do the makeup. I mean, you'd look ridiculous, but it would be kind of funny. I think a subversion of a sexy costume is actually a pretty good costume. In 2016 and also 2021, I was a sexy version of Samuel L. Jackson's character from Pulp Fiction, Jules Winfield. And that was a super fun costume to do because I had all those elements already, and it just felt inherently ridiculous to do, and I loved explaining it to people. This is not a satisfactory sexy costume. This is literally just a girl in an outfit. Anyway, this, however, I would say is a fairly successful sexy costume. This is obviously Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, played to perfection by Christian Bale in the 2000 film of the same name. If you've never read the book American Psycho, I have. Bret Easton Ellis is an absolute f***ing lunatic. I never want to meet him in real life. Good book, though. I really enjoyed it. And I've seen some great feminized Patrick Bateman costumes on social media. This is, I would say, one of the lesser ones, but it still immediately gets the point across to me. And I respect that. It's sexy enough. It is similar enough to the character. Let's actually see what kind of suit Patrick Bateman was wearing in that scene in the movie that this costume is referencing. Okay, so he is wearing a black pinstripe suit. So the costume is acceptable. I'm actually kind of impressed that they get the kind of suit right. I will say though, and this is my own tastes talking, I think a sexier version of this costume would be wearing a button-up shirt with a loosened up tie, perhaps unbuttoned a little bit, with a blazer, with the raincoat, perhaps with shorts or skirt or nothing. Fishnets. You gotta have fishnets with a sexy Halloween costume. It really gets the point across better than any other type of hosiery does, in my opinion. What a shiny axe. This is such a fun movie. I love any movie where Jared Leto gets killed. The tie being a little, like, elastic band necklace is a little silly looking, in my opinion. However, I will accept that this is one of the better sexy costumes of the bunch that we've seen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, this rocks. This is so absurd looking. Mummy Mia 3-piece costume set. I love that they put it right up next to the guy version of the costume, so it really drives home how ridiculous it is. Wow, there's so much to take in here. I love that it looks like the body sleeve element of this costume is being dissolved with acid while you're wearing it. I love these holes. I like the hood. I think the hood is a nice glamorous touch. It does irritate me that we have this stark white body stocking underneath this off-white, sort of dirty rag-colored second body stocking. This seems like it's a nightmare to put on and take off. I mean, you know, one of the outcomes of wearing a sexy Halloween costume is you might hook up with someone on Halloween. And even if the most beautiful girl in the world were wearing this costume, but I'm a couple Halloween cocktails deep, and now I'm also grappling with the guilt of having punted a dog that I thought was a giant ground spider. I don't think I'd be able to emotionally put up with the idea of having to take this off of that girl. I don't think my motor skills are such that would be necessary for me to unwrap her like the gift she is. I mean, these don't even look like they're trying to be the same thing. This is just atrocious. I actually appreciate the attention to detail on these rags, on like the head bandage rags here and here, and then they just completely give up on them for the sleeves. But then you care enough to put a blood stain on the sleeve. What's that about? Another thing I'm noticing about the lady version of the costume is I understand these zigzags up the leg on this body sleeve is designed to mimic the band-aids, but I think it actually does the bandages. I think it actually gives the opposite effect. It's a very modern looking type of legging, I feel. And it makes it look less like a mummy costume and more like dirty athleisure. Anyway, not a great option. I do appreciate, though, that this is 3 pieces instead of 2. And I would like to see which pieces I'm getting. Top included. Okay, so this little, like, sort of sports bra type thing. Leggings included. Dress included. Okay, I see. So it's a top, leggings, and then this gauze is the dress. It makes sense to me that this is 95% polyester, but the dangling pieces of this make it even more of a fire hazard, in my opinion. Do not go anywhere near a candle if you are wearing this outfit, because then you're really going to need some bandages. Awesome. Awesome, sexy Scarecrow costume. This is hilarious. Oh, that's fun that they do like sort of a conservative version of this one too. They show it with jeans, like if you live anywhere that has actual weather at the end of October. This is not that bad. This overcoat could look a whole heck of a lot worse, considering it's a $40 Halloween costume from a fast fashion website. The hat could also look worse. It does look pretty bad. It's foam, like a lot of Halloween costume, like hat accessories often are. But like, this could be a lot stupider looking. I'm impressed that it's not. Oh no! Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be... Is that him? Is that him? I kind of love this. The idea of a sexy monkey costume is like hysterically funny. And you know what? I'll say it. I love the detail of the zipper being a banana. This is my favorite one so far, because it's just so unfathomably stupid. Okay, this is evidently a zombie nurse costume. I'm a big fan of zombies. They're, I think, my personal favorite type of horror monster because they genuinely scare me. The idea of a zombie apocalypse freaks me out. The idea of something that was dead living again freaks me out. And so when zombie stuff happens, I pay attention. This is ridiculous. I don't hate the like little leather apron, but what about this gives zombie? It's just a weird nurse costume. What nurses wear like aprons like this? This is barely anything. You know, this is like barely an outfit. Style with red heels for the perfect look? Okay. I can't even fathom how scratchy this must feel. OR nurse. That's like the only kind of nurse I can think of that would realistically... I don't want an AI overview! It's kind of hard to detect but I'm seeing some subtle differences between this and this.
What's under pop culture? What does that mean?
Oh my god, the sexy Buzz Lightyear costume makes another appearance. Is there still this much demand for this? Also, I mean, Jesus Christ. Look at this. Look at this. Again, I'm not coming at this from a mean angle. I'm coming at this from an angle of someone whose boobs make it impossible for them to wear a lot of things, breast reduction notwithstanding. Do we not think that maybe this could have been addressed? You know, do we not think that perhaps a viewer, a potential buyer of this outfit might see how ridiculous this looks and been like, let me pick something else for my particular bosom? Who is sitting down to contemplate a Halloween costume and thinking, yeah, I want to be Tim Allen's iconic role from Toy Story, but I want to have my ass out at the same time. Who is this for? How does this have 39 reviews? Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you serious? A sexy can of Natty Light? Frat culture has done such amazing things for this country. I have a new favorite costume. It's this one. Oh my god. The pull tab headband? Are you serious? That's genius. This is awesome. This is actually awesome. If they had a Rolling Rock one, I would already be on its way to my house right now. It's $20. It's so stupid. This is awesome. I love this one. I love it. I have nothing bad to say. This one's genius. Okay, this is what I wanted to look at. You're lying. So this is a Lola Bunny from Space Jam costume. Basketball bunny. Am I crazy? Or is this like a bizarrely restrained take on a Lola Bunny Halloween costume? For my younger viewers who perhaps have never seen the film Space Jam, Lola Bunny is a bunny who plays basketball. Her whole thing is that she's like really hot and like sultry, to the point where like I'm a little afraid filming this video right now to switch to the images tab. Throughout the years, Lola Bunny has really captured the libido of people the world over. I'm just doing a quick scan. Everything seems more or less fine. You get it. You get the gist. I mean, this is just like a general, like, non-sexy women's Lola Bunny Halloween costume. And this one shows more skin than the Fashion Nova take. Just the fact that it's pants really surprises me. Wait. Okay. All right. Never mind. I mean, still, this is cute though. I like this one. I think he should have ears too. He's also a bunny. This is, I think, a better costume. Also, it's more screen accurate, that's for sure. Kind of feel like this picture wasn't exactly necessary. This is a cute little picture too. I think they're probably having fun. I like the shoes as well. Okay. Well, that's good. A Lola Bunny costume is sort of the cornerstone of the sexy costume industry. Much like, she said, segueing, much like sexy versions of jobs. I mean, this is classic sexy costume stuff. The true blue sexy nurse costume. Make you feel better, nurse. Oh my god. We get it. We get what's going on here. I would love to talk to someone who knows a lot about clothes and costuming to learn, like, what the quintessential sexy nurse costume is based on. What nurse outfit in history serves as the basis for this? Exactly how many nurse costumes does Fashion Nova sell, I wonder? Oh, right. They sell scrubs. Nurse costume. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like this one, this blue one. 9, 10. I'll count this one as 11. It's the weed nurse costume. 12? 13, 14, high zombie nurse. 15, 16. That's just a longer version of the weed nurse costume. But 17, 18, 19... it's the coat. Okay. 20, 21, 22, 23. There are 23 distinct sexy nurse costumes that you can pick from on Fashion Nova. I actually kind of appreciate that selection. And you know what? If you've got 22 other friends, what a group costume that would be. If I were one of those YouTubers that had a production team who does like Halloween videos, like the Try Guys or like Sierra Schultze, where I'm testing Halloween costumes, I would do this. I would buy every single sexy nurse costume and test all of them out, starting from price low to price high. I would watch that video, if for no other reason than to see a beautiful woman wear a bunch of sexy nurse costumes, but also because I think it's interesting. Variations on a theme got your pulse racing. Wait, do all of these have little pun names?
Feeling sick? Naughty bedside nurse. Nice nurse. Heartbreaking nurse. Make you feel good nurse. 420 Blaze It herbal nurse. Playboy nighty nurse. Call me nurse feel good.
Zombie nurse.
Pulses racing nurse.
Zombie nurse.
At night. Time for your checkup nurse.
Oddly enough, the most conservative nurse costume available has one of the more egregiously sexual innuendo names, Nurse Nancy. Nurse Nancy is going to get written up. I haven't seen an outfit this inappropriate for a hospital setting since the last time I watched a Cuddy-heavy episode of House MD.
Nurse you back. Shots or vitals, nurse. Nurse for You.
An unpopular sequel series to Nathan for You. Nurse for You never really managed to capture the attention of the same audience. I love the variety. Women can be so many things in this crazy mixed up world we live in, can't we? Ooh. Sexy FedEx driver. Sexy SWAT. Nope. SWAT team agent. Captain Sexy Pirate. Sexy DEA agent? That's crazy, because listen, I got your sexy DEA agent costume right here. Sexy cop costume, pretty straightforward. You better behave. Classic cop whoa! Okay. Curveball. This one became my new favorite because it comes with a mustache. Sexy referee, sexy boat captain, sexy prisoner, sexy maid, classic sexy costume. Sexy race car driver, sexy male person, sexy firefighter, another sexy pirate. This one's actually cool looking. I like this one. Sexy cowboy, sexy circus ringmaster, sexy ninja, sexy baseball player, another sexy mail delivery person costume. I'm like losing my mind. These are coming at me so fast that I can't think of individual jokes for them anymore. Their existence in and of itself is the joke. Sexy astronaut, another sexy police officer, another sexy firefighter, a really sexy cheerleader. This is dangerous. 2-piece costume set. That's not great. I was hoping that it was going to be a 3-piece, and one of those pieces would be the strongest double-sided tape in the world. Another sexy astronaut. Another sexy prisoner. There's still 2 more pages. Sexy prisoner. Uh-oh. The most unfortunate, the most poorly aged, no pun intended, of the core group of classic sexy costumes is, of course, the sexy schoolgirl. It is kind of astounding that in this day and age, this is still a costume that you can just buy in multiple forms. It doesn't weird you out. It's so creepy that this is still a super common costume. Oh, I don't like this one. I don't like the name of this one at all. Already graduated. Ew. This one is like pornographic. I don't like that one. I don't like it. It makes me feel weird. I don't like it. Whoa! Everything I just said about the sexy schoolgirl costume times 1 billion! I don't think I can go through this alone, actually. I think I need a little help from, yeah, I feel like we've kind of gotten to a point where, like, my soul is in danger of eternal damnation at this point. So I would just, you know. This is crazy. This is evil and dark-sided. I don't like this one at all. And I was a Girl Scout, very briefly. Okay, I take umbrage with this. This is absurd. This is really gross. You know, at the very least, if you're gonna make this, call it a Scoutmaster costume, right? Like, if you're gonna do this, which you shouldn't do, who wants to dress up as a Girl Scout for Halloween? Of anything you could possibly dress up as, that is such a random thing to pick. Oh, this is dark. This is dark. I don't like this one at all. This is disgusting. You know what? That Girl Scout costume really threw me off my game. I kind of like don't know where else to go. I'm going to do a hard reset, and I'm going to go back and pick a different category. What's going on in the couples costumes department? Goddess energy. I love how bewildered he seems in this second one. I like this one. I think this would be, if I saw a couple wearing this costume, I think like that's cute, especially if they were posing like this. That one's adorable. It's a great one to start with because I think the costume itself is like sexy in a reasonable way. I also like that the male and female versions of the costumes are pretty similar looking. You know, I'm not seeing like a marked difference in quality or even bodily coverage, which I appreciate. Very different from this one, which we talked about before, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. This is the dichotomy, this is the sexual dimorphism, if you will, that I don't like from a couple's costume. Why does this male model always look so confused by what's happening? Did he get his fillers touched up like right before the shoot and his face is kind of frozen right now? If so, I understand. You know, common problem, especially in LA. You're okay. You're safe. You're not really levitating off the ground. There's no reason to be afraid. So this one we have a Pan Am flight attendant and a pilot, but I like this one because, you know what? The guy costume having no sleeves, I think makes it a sexier costume than the girl's costume. And when I say it makes it sexier, I'm not saying it's sexier to me. I think it's sexier in general. Especially having the freestanding sleeve cuffs, that's very Chippendales. It's very Magic Mike. It's very like male stripper coded. And the lady costume is like not even that sexy. It's conservative for Fashion Nova in terms of length. It's got sleeves. There's not really any cleavage going on here. Do we get the drink cart if we order the costume? We should. Oh, wow. Daddy Dollar's pimp two-piece costume set. This is crazy. Dressing up as a pimp for Halloween is pretty common. Problematicness of it aside, I have to say, I like that the mate for this costume, for this pimp costume, appears less to be a sex worker on the payroll of this pimp, which has, you know, like implications to it. It seems to just be like the concept of wealth. It's just like money itself. No, you're not dressed up as a sex worker who works for this pimp. You are dressed up as the money that this pimp has. His real love, the thing he really values. That's kind of deep. That's kind of philosophical for a Fashion Nova couples costume. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, what? Whoa, we gotta talk about this one. I guess this one's theoretically part of a couple's costume because, like, he's the surgeon. This is crazy. I think we might actually end on this one. This is, like, turning my stomach a little bit just looking at it. I would say the horror of this costume is pretty successful, actually. Beauty is Pain post-op botch 3-piece costume set. Okay, let's break this one down. So this is a body stocking that has... Ew, I don't like this. This is like creepy to look at. It has, you know when you get plastic surgery, how the surgeon will mark on your body with a magic marker about where things are going to go. My surgeon did that to me before my breast reduction. It was really awkward. But like, you've probably seen this in like any media you've seen about plastic surgery. This costume has taken it a little bit of a step further, and it's treated these magic marker lines as the very incisions. It's sort of showing us the before and after of the surgical procedure. Oh, this is freaky. I don't like that the breast scars are accurate. Like, that is what my breast reduction scars look like. It's an anchor, like this. We have the tummy tuck scars. We have like BBL scars. This is nuts. The 500cc, the amount of the implant. I have to say, for Fashion Nova, this is kind of a deep costume considering how many of their models and how many of the women who shop at Fashion Nova have had some sort of plastic surgery. This is kind of meta. Style with bandages and bloody makeup for the perfect look. Good lord. Moderate stretch. I like that. That's so funny because imagine if you bought this costume, this plastic surgery themed costume, and then it didn't fit you. Oh, there's stuff in the back too. Okay, yeah, we have more like BBL scars in the back. I would say that this one is probably the scariest costume we've seen so far because it evokes the real life body horror of getting plastic surgery. If you've ever sat down and watched a BBL recovery vlog, which I have done many times over, it is terrifying what people go through to get procedures like this done. And obviously BBLs aren't the only type of plastic surgery. Tummy tucks, mommy makeovers, which is so dystopian, I don't even want to talk about it. Breast augmentations, breast reductions, breast revision surgeries. I mean, my God, the human body is an instrument that heals itself. You can cut into it many, many times over. Sometimes you go too far, which is scary. But sometimes you don't. And not knowing where that limit is even scarier, if you think about it. This is freaky. I love it. And I wouldn't expect a $45 Halloween costume on Fashion Nova to unintentionally serve as the foundation for a commentary on modern body horror. But, you know, go figure. Color me shocked and color this video over. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. We've got a couple weeks until Halloween, so if there's any Halloween themed things you think would be interesting to see from me, I would love to know about it. Don't forget to use code nisipisa for 10% off at checkout at your local fire extinguisher store, which you will definitely need if you're planning on buying any of these polyester monstrosities from Fashion Nova. Thanks again for watching. Bye!